Okay, good morning, Keller Williams. How are we doing today? This recording and video is going to discuss some best practices as it relates to OP payments. OP stands for owner paid commissions. They are typically used on the rental side of the business, where an owner is trying to rent his apartment or her apartment, and the incentive is to reward the broker with a payment. Usually, it's a 1 month payment. Uh, and it allows the apartment to potentially be marketed as a no fee listing and certainly as a low fee listing. So if you've closed a transaction where there is an OP payment due from the owner, um, one of the challenges is to ensure prompt payment. What we're seeing as a trend in the business right now in the market is that OP payments can take as long as 3 or 4 months to get paid. And what we also notice as a trend is that we do not, as a leadership team, and speaking specifically about the rental department and the MCA department, we do not become aware of these outstanding OP payments until they are rather long and old. We can do more to help you if we are aware of the OP payment from the time that the transaction is happening from lease signing, essentially. When it comes to administering the transaction and you have an OP payment, the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you prepare an invoice. And I've pulled up an invoice. I am in kw.com, the Market Center intranet, but these invoices can be found readily in other places as well, notably on Dotloop. So essentially, you would date the invoice, so today's date or whatever date of that you're preparing it, due from whom. Typically, it would be the landlord. There may be some instances when you are sending this to let's say, another broker who is offering to share a concession with you. Then the landlord's name, the tenant's name, the address of the unit rented, the unit number, and then the rest of the details about the property address, the annual rent price, and the monthly rent price. This sometimes you need to understand may vary a little bit from the OP payment, especially if they are offering a net effective rent. You will often not get paid on the gross rent, but the net effective. The total amount due to Keller Williams is, in this case, let's say $3,000, which represents 8.3% of the annual rent or 1 month rent. They are the same thing. So what I would suggest is a good practice is you send this to the landlord or the appropriate party when or better yet, you deliver it along with signed leases, or you have it prepared and brought to the lease signing. You make sure when you do that you speak to the landlord's representative or the landlord himself and try and find out what their expected payment cycle timeline looks like. Understand that you will not get paid for an OP until after the tenants have moved into the property. So the clock doesn't start until move-in day. So if I did a transaction today and it was for an April 1st move date and the landlord told me he's paying every 6 weeks, then I would expect to get my payment sometimes in the middle of May. Once you prepared this invoice, keep copies for yourself. I can't stress how important it is that you have copies, and that you, at this point, let the MCA department and rental department know that you are expecting an OP payment. You can email that information to the MCA department and rental department at MCA department at kwnyc.com and rental department at kwnyc.com. And just forward over a copy of your invoice and the move-in date. Make sure you include the move-in date when you do that. And essentially, the responsibility becomes then just managing the length of time until payment happens. You can typically mitigate that if you are staying on top of it and are sending an update every 30 days, and then another due on the actual potential cycle date. So you have a lot of options to resend invoices. And I would say, most importantly, keep the MCA department and the rental department in the loop, because we may be able to provide some more leverage, especially if we have more than one outstanding OP payment from that landlord. All right, so this is just a quick tutorial on how to manage and navigate the OP market a little bit better. I hope you got some value out of this. Happy renting.